Hello everyone. Now today we are going to start a new topic of the chapter 4, that is transfer of heat. So before starting this topic, first of all, have you ever thought when we take out a chilled cold drink bottle from the refrigerator, after some time it becomes hot, and a steaming cup of coffee, when it is left lying in the surrounding, after some time it becomes cool, and when we put a cooking utensils over the flame, after some time it becomes hot. Have you ever thought why it happens? So now we will discuss about the next topic, the flow of heat. So as we know, the heat is a form of energy, and the object which possesses heat, they are hot, and the object when it loses heat it becomes cool. So when a body it takes the heat from the surrounding, it becomes hot, and when an object it loses heat in the surrounding, it becomes cool. So we can say heat always transfer from hotter object to colder object, and or we can say heat also flows from higher temperature to lower temperature, because the object which are having a heat, it means they have a higher temperature, and the object they are having a low energy, low heat energy, it means they are having a low temperature. So we can say heat always flows from hotter object to colder object, or we can say heat also flows from higher temperature to lower temperature. That's why we are saying when steaming cup of coffee, when it is left lying in the surrounding, after some time it becomes cool, because from the because the heat it transfer from the cup of coffee to the surrounding. And when we take out a chilled cold drink bottle from the refrigerator, after some time it becomes hot, because heat is transferred from surrounding to the cup of to the cold drink, that's why it becomes hot. So in all the both the example, we can say heat always transfer from hotter object to colder object, and heat also flows from higher temperature to lower temperature. Now the next topic, that is modes of transfer of heat. As we are saying, heat always flows from hotter object to colder object, and it is also flows from higher temperature to lower temperature. So there are different ways by which heat flows from hotter object to colder object. By there are different ways heat can be transferred from hotter object to colder object, and these are: the first is conduction, second is convection, and third is radiation. It means heat can be transferred by conduction method, convection method, and radiation method from hotter object to colder object. We will discuss each method of transfer of heat one by one in detail. Now our next topic is conduction. As we are saying, by the different ways heat can be transferred from hotter object to colder object, and these are conduction, convection, and radiation. So the first method, that is conduction. Conduction method means the transfer of heat from hotter object to colder object in solids is called conduction. It means by the conduction method heat can be transferred from hotter object to colder object in solids, or we can say from hotter end to colder end in solid. It means by the conduction method heat can be transferred occur only in solid. It can't be occur in liquid or gases. Heat can be transferred by conduction method only in solid. So conduction means the transfer of heat from hotter object to colder object in solids. It is known as conduction. For proving this, there is an activity. In this activity, we take a stand and we take a metal rod, and we fix some wax drops on this metal rod. We can take aluminum rod, or we can take any iron rod, and we fix some wax drops on this metal rod. On the one end of this metal rod we fix on the stand, and on the other end of the metal rod there is a candle. We put a candle. So after some time we will observe that these wax drops, they are fixed on the metal rod, they start falling down, the wax start melting and they start falling down. So we can say, we can observe that heat, because this end of the metal rod it becomes hot because they are getting heat from the candle. So this part, this end of the metal rod, it becomes hot, and due to the becoming hot, the heat energy is transferred from this end to this end, and this end and last end. That's why this wax drop, they start melting and they start falling down. So we can observe that heat can be transferred from hotter end to colder end in solids. That's why the wax drops, they start melting and they are falling down. As we are saying, by the conduction method, heat can be transferred from hotter end to colder end, or from hotter object to colder object in solids. But in our surrounding, in our day-to-day life, we can see there are different solid substances like plastic scale, wooden rod, and metal spoon, and wooden spoon. And so all these substances, they can conduct heat. Heat can flow from one end to another end in all these solid substances. So for proving this, there is another activity. So our next topic is conduction of heat through different solid substances. So by this activity, we can prove means the conduction can be occur in some solid substances only. So in this activity, we take a container and we pour some amount of hot water in this container. Now we place a plastic scale in this container and a metal spoon in this container and wooden rod also in this container. After some time, we will observe that this metal spoon, it becomes hot, but the wooden rod and the plastic scale, it does not become hot. So we can say that only the metal spoon, it is transferring the heat. It means the heat energy which is present in the hot water, it transferred from water to the metal spoon. It means only this metal spoon, it is transferring the heat, and the wooden rod and the plastic scale, they are not transferring the heat. So we can say only some substances, they can transfer the heat. Only some solid substances, they can transfer the heat. So as we are saying, by the conduction method, heat can be transferred only in some solid substances. So the substances through which heat can easily transfer, they are known as conductors. So our next topic is conductors and insulators. First is conductors. Conductors means the materials through which heat can transfer easily from hotter end to colder end are known as conductor. It means from the conductors, heat can easily transfer from hotter end to colder end. Examples of conductors are steel, copper, aluminium, iron, gold. All these are good conductors of heat, because from these materials heat can easily transfer from hotter end to colder end. As we have discussed about conductors mean the material through which heat can easily transfer. But on the other hand, there are some other materials through which heat cannot easily transfer. They are known as insulators or poor conductors of heat. So insulators mean the materials through which heat cannot easily transfer. They are called insulators or poor conductors of heat. Some examples of insulators are wood, plastic, glass, wool, cotton. From these materials, heat can't easily transfer. That's why they are known as insulators or poor conductors of heat. Now, these good conductors or poor conductors, it means insulators, they are very helpful in our everyday life, because you can see utensils, they are made up of steel, aluminium. Because steel and aluminium, they are made up, they are very good conductor of heat. Heat can easily transfer in the steel and in the aluminium. That's why the cooking utensils, they are made up of on steel and aluminium. And the electric wire, they are made up of a copper, because copper, it is also a good conductor of electricity and heat. That's why they are made up of a copper, and that's why they are very helpful in our everyday life. As well as insulators or poor conductors, they are also very helpful in our life, like wool. Woolen sweaters or woolen clothes we wear in winters, they keep us warm. That's why they are very helpful in our everyday life. Cotton, the quilt, they are filled by a cotton, and also quilt, they keep us warm in winter season. And wood, generally you can see the handle of the cooking utensil, they are made up of a wood or plastic or bakelite, because they are insulators or poor conductors of heat. And we can say heat can't easily transfer from these material. That's why the handles of the cooking utensils, they are made up of wood or plastic or bakelite, because they are very poor conductor of heat or insulator. That's why good conductors and as well as poor conductors of heat, they are very helpful in our everyday life. Thank you for watching my video.